Okay, so I originally was not going to make a video about this, but I think that I should just go ahead and just bring it to light to some of you that don't know about it already. But yeah, let's go ahead and get down to the video. Your boy Chaos is back at it again, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Really happy to be back, as always, making videos for you guys. So, I've been seeing something circulating around the internet the past couple of, I want to say days, but it's really been weeks. It's been weeks, actually. The more I think about it, it's been weeks that this has been circulating around. But so anyways, so I've been seeing videos about about a bunch of different posts and messages calling Xxxtentacion, and now it's starting to spread to Juice Wrld as well. I've been seeing all these different messages calling Xxxtentacion corny, because he's apparently this, like, well, he had like a I wouldn't say a persona, but this was more like, I think this was more X like himself. People are making fun of him because he essentially especially there's one post where you know, X was talking about, like, you know, there was a documentation or interview, I guess, of some sorts, like, you know, asking, and these people were asking, like, you know, X about his relationship with, you know, his father, and X responded, you know, like what's that? What's a father?
Do you have any relationship with your father? I mean,
What's that? What's a father?
Right? And he was really, like, he was really dark about it, and I recall seeing another clip on that specific interview, you know, asking him if he had like mental health issues, and he just, like, kind of like shrugged it off. He was just like,
Do you think you suffer from mental illness, or do you suffer from depression?
Do I think I suffer from mental illness? I think I'm different. And that's the last thing I'll say on video. You can keep that in there, though.
And that's essentially, like, all he said in the video. And people are now calling X, like, corny for that, which is, I think that's really weird, because, like, you know, X went through a lot. Obviously, like, you know, he wasn't the best guy, you know. He dealt with stuff, and you know, he had, like, I did hear this stuff about him beating up, like, I think it was one of his girlfriends. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but and yeah, X obviously, like, he wasn't the best person. I started listening to X around 2020, I believe. 2020. The first song I ever heard from him was Look at Me. My sister would always play it around me and everything, and that's kind of how I got into X after that. But that was like earlier, like, you know, like around 2018, maybe 2017, 2019, somewhere in there. I originally was not the biggest, you know, fan of X, but when I started listening to more of his music, I realized, like, you know, like, this is somebody that I relate to, and this is somebody, you know, that I can listen to and everything like that. So yeah, X was not the best person, true, but X did what he could to, you know, turn his life around. You know, he started doing things to better his life, because he realized, like, you know, how bad of a person he was being, and how easy it was to be a bad person. He tried, before his untimely death, which is really tragic, he did the best he could to you know, change and, you know, become a better person. And, you know, I can't sit here and call him a bad person. I really can't, because the thing about bad people, if he really was a bad person, he would not have made an effort to change. He would have stayed the same way he always was. And I look at that, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, the hate is definitely there for X, because he's given out, you know, good messages. He's given out inspiring messages. You know, he's even done, you know, charities, or, you know, attempted to go to certain charities, and, you know, he pushed himself to go to a lot of different charities. Like, you know, like, he even started the Helping Hand Challenge. Y'all remember that? He did what he could to change the world, man. He's helped a lot of people with, you know, like, mental health issues and everything like that. And he gets the, you know, the stuff that people go through. And, you know, I don't know, it's just really weird, in my opinion, you know, seeing all this hate out of nowhere come towards Xxxtentacion, because X was goated, bro. Not even just, like, he was not only was he one of the best freestylers and the best rappers of, you know, our generation, Gen Z, like Juice Wrld. He became big, like, you know, through SoundCloud, and he became big in a very short span of time. As at that, I get it. He used to be bad. I get it. He's made a lot of mistakes, but again, Bad people, if he was a bad person, he would never have changed. He would never have tried to change. He would have stayed the same way. I can see like in his vlogs, in his like more recent vlogs, you know, with where he has blue dreads mainly, that he really he has a lot of regret for the, you know, the things that he used to do. And I can see it by his body language that he really wanted to change. He wanted to be a better person. He wanted to you know, inspire people, and he wanted to help people. Like, I could see it by his body language. I've seen a lot of his different, you know, vlogs and a lot of his different, like, you know, conversations with meeting fans. I've seen a lot of different things, and I've heard it in his music. He wanted to change. He wanted to be different. Bad people do not change. If you are a bad person, you're never going to make an effort to change and be a better person. X was somebody who wanted to make a change. X was somebody who wanted to be a better person. So he is not a bad person. I can see why y'all sit here and call him corny, but at the end of the day, that man has went through a lot. That man went through so much. I don't even understand, because maybe it's just because I relate to X, so I know, like, you know, I know what it's like not to have a father. I know what it's like to, you know, go through a lot. I know what it's like to be a bad person and, you know, want to change. So I get where X is coming from, and I know what it's like to want to, you know, help people and inspire other people. That's why I'm on this channel, and that's why I made this channel, and I want to be a YouTuber, because I want to get out there and I want to help people and I want to inspire people. All this corny talk from him, this is just, I can see the hate is there. I can see 100% the hate is there, because y'all are it just really kind of sounds like y'all are just like preying on, you know, people who have like mental health issues, man. Because I can't sit here and speak like on what directly, like, you know, X would feel, but I can definitely see that, like, he suffered here and there from mental issues. I can tell by his body language. He said it a lot through his body language, and it makes me feel bad, man, because, you know, like, again, X wanted to be one of those people who wanted to change, and I've been getting bashed. I've had people bash me because I'm personally a fan of Xxxtentacion and a fan of Juice Wrld at that. I've had people bash me for that, and to really to that, I just say fuck him, because X is not a bad person. He just made bad mistakes, but he realized that, and he made the effort to, you know, change before his death, which is really sad, because he didn't really get a good chance to change and show the world that, and show his fans that he was, you know, trying to be better, and he was trying to be a better person. That's really sad. He couldn't show it. He couldn't really show it before his death. He did what he could, and I applaud him for that, because I think he did a lot of good things in the little time that he had before his death, which is good. Now, and yeah, I'm continuously going to back X until the day I die. So any of you that want to, you know, bash me for that, keep the hate going. It doesn't matter to me. X is one of my, is somebody that I feel like I relate to a lot, and I love his music. I just, he resonates with me. Everything about him resonates with me. A lot of the things about him resonate with me. So if you guys want to bash me for that, go ahead. I don't care. But yeah, I truly do not care, because X has made the effort to change. I don't think X is a bad person, because if he was a bad person, he would never have changed in the first place. So y'all do what y'all want to with that information. But anyways, so we move on to Juice Wrld now. So apparently this hate is also starting to spread to Juice Wrld just a little bit, from what I've been reading, or seeing on the seeing on social media. Now, I don't really get where the hate from Juice Wrld is coming from, but I have been seeing a couple of things on the internet, you know, like all this corniness and whatever, you know, spread to Juice Wrld as well. And I think that's really weird. I don't think Juice Wrld was ever a bad person. You know, he just dealt with addictions and everything like that. And, you know, but he uses his mistakes to, you know, show people, like, you know, you shouldn't make the same mistake that he did, or you're gonna end up the same way he did. Like, and that's not to put any disrespect on Juice Wrld's name, obviously, but I just think, like, you know, all of this hate for these two is just, like, it's crazy, because both of them have done what they can to change the world and, you know, make a difference on the world, a positive impact on the world. And Juice Wrld especially, like, the 999 is something that has really carried, you know, this generation. The 999 is definitely one of the bigger things about this generation, dude, because, like, dude was completely against 666, and I've been hearing that that Juice Wrld was also a very a very religious person. Like, you know, he always he believed in God and everything like that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I just think all this hate for Xxtentacion and Juice Wrld is just, it's ridiculous. Because I feel like this is more like the Gen Z kids and everything like that, and like, you know, the newer generation kids, because none of this, they've literally carried us to this new generation, and they have, you know, made their impacts on the world and before their deaths, and now all of a sudden, like, what, 4 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later, they're getting called corny. They're getting called corny just because that's how they operate. Like, I mean, like, they're getting called corny because, like, they went through a lot of shit and they had to, you know, deal with all these mental health issues and addictions and everything like that. If they get called corny for that, I think that's really weird. I think that's really crazy. Everybody goes through addictions and everybody goes through mental health issues, and I really think that they truly should not be called corny for that, because I just think that's weird. Like, everybody goes through, you know, something, but that's just how that's really just like, they use their mistakes, their addictions, and, you know, their issues. They use their issues to, you know, like, they did the best they could to better themselves. Either that, or they used it as a way to, you know, influence, like, you know, don't make the same mistake that I did. And not only that, but give a good positive message at that. Like, that's really who X and Juice Wrld were. And, like, they had their problems, but they used it to help others, to let them know not to make the same mistake that they did. I like that. That's something that artists should do. That's something that, you know, people should do more, because, you know, I've made mistakes and I try to use that, and like, I'm bettering myself every single day, you know, letting people know, don't make the same mistakes I did, don't do this, don't do that, but do this and do that instead, because, you know, this is good and that's good, but this is not good and that's not good. So I don't really understand where all of this hate is coming from all of a sudden for X and Juice Wrld. Because, again, I really do not think, like, either of them, like, get enough respect, especially nowadays. Also, on top of that, the fact that these people are dead just makes this even more disrespectful at that, man. Like, come on, bro, what are we doing? How are we gonna disrespect the deceased like this? These people are dead, and you guys are calling these people corny, bro. Like, bro, why are we disrespecting the dead? Why are we disrespecting the dead, bro? That's not cool. That's not cool. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really think that people should really start putting more respect on their names. Yeah, they weren't the best. They weren't the best people, especially X. Like, X made his mistakes, but at the end of the day, you make a mistake, you learn from it, and then you move on again. And again, I still don't think X or Juice Wrld are bad people, because if they were bad people, they would never have tried to change in the first place. Even dealing with addictions and everything like that, like Juice Wrld, even dealing with his addictions, like he put it on other people, like, don't become addicted to this, don't make the same mistake I did. You know, they used their stuff for good, or they tried to flip it and make it, and, you know, inspire it onto other people, like, don't do this, don't do that, but do this and do that instead. And I respect that. I respect the hell out of that. They made a positive impact only in the ways that they could. I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that's great. So I don't understand where this hate is coming from. I really think this needs to stop, personally. This is just my personal opinion on it, but I think the whole corny talk about X and Juice is really forced and just, like, out of nowhere. Just I feel like it's just really people just, like, finding reasons to yap about, you know, X and about Juice for no reason, because I think they both made positive impacts on the world. Come on, guys. You guys don't have to like them, but why are we sitting here doing this? Just say you don't like them and just move on with the day, and, you know, it's cool. It's your opinion. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. But yeah, I just really felt like I had to make this video because it was just like out of nowhere. This just came out of nowhere, and I felt like I really had to put my you know, my 2 cents out there, because I'm a fan of both X and Juice Wrld. So it's just like, why are we doing this right now? Why are we talking crap? Why are we calling these people corny? Why is this out of nowhere? But yeah, I just felt like I had to put my 2 cents out there. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one, man. And this just doesn't make any sense. This really does not make any sense. This hate, I just think this is a bunch of stupidness and just a bunch of yapping for no reason. What are we doing, guys? This hate, all this corny talk, it needs to stop. It needs to stop, man. It's not cool.